Hey guys, it's Shady, back with a final video for the Journey to Eternity. As you guys can see, your boy finally got the Eternity. It took about 3.5 days of farming. It is already corroded. We tried to double corrupt as I don't plan on selling the belt. Funny enough, it ended up hitting the corrode where it re-rolls the numeric values of the stats, and then it ended up rolling better than what it was when I first ID'd it. So I'll take it. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, this is our rules that we got in our belt. If you guys are wondering what I prioritize skill area and movement speed. Try to get a decent chance on that. Um, then obviously followed by damage. Final thing would be the defense. Defense scales are energy shield, so this is really nice. But mostly I just care about skill area and damage. Everything comes after. I mean, as you can see, it rolled 49 out of 50% chance. So like we're stacking our eternal morale stacks really fast because we have a 50% chance basically. Pretty insane. Let's talk about the auction house. This is where I bought the final blueprint, the 5 out of 5. I will show you the other four. Uh, Here's another one here. And then 3, 4, and 5. Now, this being down here and these being above it means that these sold after I had already obtained the last blueprint. So these didn't even count. This is roughly like 900 or yeah, just under 900 um B uh towards the belt, but it doesn't count because I had already got the belt. And then of course I also made a 2000 FE sale on an inverse, but it doesn't count because I got the belt already. So I just want to talk about this one real quick. I found this yesterday, and the cheapest price for this current mods were going for 4K. I had put it at 3.8. I lowered it down and down and down, and it finally sold at 2.2. Pretty upsetting, but it is what it is. It took over a day to sell, even when I was the cheapest on the market by far. Like I gave myself a big discount here and still wasn't selling. I'm glad it's sold now. It's off my hands. Um, we're still blasting Cube. That's how we got most of our money anyway. The Cube and League Mechanic. Now, the reason why I don't mention any black sale is actually because I dropped it. I just figured that Cube and the League Mechanic is already my biggest source of income. Black sale was nice here and there, but it was actually just slowing me down because I had to stay around at the end of the map to kill the anchor at the boss room like twice a map, and then I would have to go in and open the chest and hope for something good and walk back out. Doing that over a course of a whole day just took up too much time for me, so I just figured why not just blast League Mechanic and just cube only again like I usually do. This way I end up doing more cube per hour, and it works out, right? It worked out for me at least. So that's why we dropped Black Sale again. We weren't making any upgrades as the belt was our number one priority, so there was no reason for me to hold on to a stack of embers or anything that involved crafting materials. So that's ultimate embers, matchless, priceless, precious, um, all that stuff. It didn't matter to me because I wasn't making any upgrades. So I might as well just sell them. I can get them back after the belt. So in this case, as you can see, I'm just selling my embers. I managed to drop these war emblems that come from God of War. Small chance, but they're worth 80 FE at the time. I got really lucky. I turned in a Tomorrow's Direction, hit 10 on the Arcana Compass, sold that for 500 FE, so that was nice. This was the worst or one of the worst days that I have had out of the three and a half. For Cube, actually. I make most of my money from Desire Cores, and today we managed to only get 28, and we spent 6.5 hours farming today. Um, so technically 6 hours. I did take a small food break, but whatever. So yeah, we only walked away with 28. It's still good money, you know what I mean? It was basically almost a third of a blueprint. So we'll take it what we can get. Like I said, matches embers were sold as well. Ultimate embers were sold. Compasses that I get from the League Mechanic here and there. We talked about the Divinity Stones. I just sell them as is. I did manage to drop a Surging Inspiration while clearing the Traveler. So this also came in clutch. Pretty nice. 500 FE there. The best corner I've had in the 3.5 days were worth 500 tops, right? 550 being the most expensive. As you can see, I had to drop few of the prices here and there, even 300 here, just to get rid of them. They they did sell, but they did take a little bit. Um, thank God I had six. And then this was from the previous video where we talked about how I got a Divinity Pact, right? I think. No, 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 no. Actually, this was at the beginning of the stream. I forgot. Legit, the first like within the first three maps of today's stream, I hit a Divinity Pact, and that was it. Never hit it again. So in the course of 3.5 days, I managed to hit Divinity Pact from Cube twice. I don't know how unlucky that is, but to me, that's pretty unlucky. In previous seasons, I would get at least a good amount of Divinity Packs throughout the season. So between the start of the league until now, I think I've managed to only hit 3 or 4 Divinity Packs from Cube. In my opinion, that's super unlucky. But thank God, beginning of stream, we actually managed to hit a Divinity Pack. So in the course of roughly 6 hours today on stream, I made um almost 9,000 FE. It was like 8,000 something. As you guys can see, I have 2.3K here, and I bought the blueprint for 7.5. So nearly 10K actually that we made. I started the day off with 600 FE. You can check the VODs. I started the day off with 600 FE, and we ended up buying the blueprint with 2,300 left over. So yeah, nearly 10K FE made today. Even though Cube was pretty bad today, in my opinion. Of course, it's still good money that we had 28 desire cores. Um, we're talking like that's 1/4 of the currency today. Um, but yeah, most of our currency came from raw FE in the league mechanic. Actually, the league mechanic's printing. I know there's a lot of talk saying that like it's mid or it's bad and all that. And honestly, one, I really enjoy the league mechanic. I like it a lot. And two, it honestly came in clutch. Like I'm making my money's worth every single map almost. The cost for me to run a map right now for cube setup, it was 30 FE, roughly 30. It's like 28 to 30 FE a map for just the golden compass. Then I had the God of War compass, which was like 4 FE, so that's like 34. And then a few like 2 random compasses that are worth, oh, I mean, I had purple normal monster compass that's worth like 3. So let's just say lit, oh, plus the beacon. So it's just about 40 to like 42 FE a map, right? On average. Let's just say 40. The league mechanic, like in most cases or most of the time, would give me my money's worth or pay the cost of the map. So that means that every time I rolled cube at the end of the map, everything I gotten from it was pure profit. Oh, because the league mechanic paid for the cost of the map. Sometimes it wouldn't give me anything. That's like honestly, it's rare to say that sometimes the league mechanic doesn't even give me more than 10 FE. But even if it did just give me 10 FE, that pays for a fourth of the map through the league mechanic. Then I have monsters throughout the entire map that might drop me another stack of 5 or 10. You know what I'm saying? Now, the number one question I get asked the most while on this journey was, when do you greed? And if you want me to be honest, there is no right time to greed. I can't teach you when to greed. At the end of the day, it just comes down to, can you afford to lose what you have? If the answer is yes, go for the greed. You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's the honest truth. Now, there are statistics out there, right? A good friend of mine, his name is Johkar. Shout out Johkar, by the way. He had like this screenshot or a spreadsheet where he kept track of all 297 maps, and the number one rule was whenever he had desire cores in his cube, he had to greed. That means no matter how many he got, he had to greed. It came out that his greed chances of winning was like 70%, I think. But just because he had a 70% win rate with greed doesn't mean that you'll have one as well. So it's at the, like it doesn't matter how much the numbers say or how many times I tell you you should greed or not. It's 50-50. It's RNG. Um, so there is no right time to greed. It's really up to you. So I just want to clear that up as well. Um, But yeah, that's about it for the video, to be honest. Um, we're back on track to making progress towards the build, and more build codes will be coming out soon. As now, I just need to basically, excuse me, now I just need time to make up some money again. Um, yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. For anybody who's been there for since the start of the league, or even just here since the start of the Eternity journey, a huge shout out to you guys as always. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a awesome experience. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. The next video should be about build progression or future updates on the build. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.